My name is Andrea Clement, and this is my story of tragedy to triumph. You see, I was born into a family with generational trauma and addictions, and things were unstable and chaotic growing up. By the time I was 5 years old, I was being molested by my step-grandfather, and this went on for years. I was also being bullied in school, and I felt like I couldn't connect with others, like I was different. The molestation made me feel a deep sense of shame, and this shame caused me full-blown social anxiety. When I was 14 years old, I couldn't bear the pain any longer, and I tried to commit suicide. By the time I was 15, I found drugs and alcohol and started to self-medicate to numb out. At 16, my mother and I were living in a women's shelter when we found out the news that my grandmother had passed. I was devastated. I still hadn't dealt with any of the trauma that I endured, and I continued to self-medicate for years to come. And at 21 years old, my ex-boyfriend committed suicide by hanging himself with a chain. My heart was shattered, and I wasn't equipped to deal with this type of pain. So I did what I knew best, and I continued to use. Throughout the years, I went through several toxic relationships, suffered more sexual assaults, and lost more loved ones. But when I was 28 years old, I decided enough was enough, and I finally decided to reach out for help. I stayed sober for a few years and started to rebuild back my life. My fiance and I were engaged to be married until one day that fell apart because we wanted different things out of life. A few months later, I found out my single mother was dying of stage 4 lung disease, and I felt like my whole world was crumbling around me. I succumbed to my addictions once again, until one night I came unraveled. I was so sick and tired of being sick and tired that I begged and pleaded and prayed for answers to a better life, and I cried myself to sleep. But then the next day, by nothing short of a miracle, I woke up with the veil lifted from over my eyes, and I could finally see clearly. I realized that I had the key in my own hands to change my own life, and this is where my healing journey began. I started to learn all that there was to know about the traumatized brain and how I could reverse the effects and the damage that was done. I slowly but surely began to heal, and today I'm living truly sober, wild, and free, more confident, happy, healthy, and fulfilled than ever before. And now I have made it my mission to help other women do the same. I help them heal from their past wounds and find the confidence to finally go after what it is their hearts truly desire. And my message to you today is, I don't care where you come from, what you've done, or where you've been. You are worthy.